Hey!
Welcome, fellow shitheads.
To another episode of Shitbox Love Stories.
So what are we talking about this week?
This week, we're going to be talking about our favorite cars that are no longer with us.
Aw, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. So sad. But hey, you know what? All good things can't live forever, except for, I don't know, what 22 REs, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the Hilux that cannot die.
Can't kill those fucking things, but...
for regular cars, they have an
Right.
expiration date.
Exactly. So, who are we talking to this week?
Well, for this week's episode, we had the pleasure of interviewing another very special lady in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've known her since grade school, and she's my best friend's mom, basically like another mother to me.
Right.
Her name is Christy, and she's got a whole lot of love for her old car. So without further ado, I say we just jump right into this.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, guys. Enjoy.
So you have tons of stories. I have many memories in the Blazer, the car. The car. I loved that thing. That was childhood.
She was my sex machine. She was. All you guys wanted to have sex in my car. I want two people
Brings a whole new meaning to Blazer. Yeah.
I think two people actually did when I was taking them home one day from school.
That, I wouldn't even be surprised. I wouldn't.
I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't. And you know what? It was a small car too, but it was amazing how many things could be jammed in that car.
Sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes 9 people would be in my S10 Blazer.
Wow. Oh yeah, those were not. What year was that? Like 93, 89. Ah, okay.
And
And
I
I
remember
brand new, my first brand new car. Drove it off the showroom floor. That was my baby.
that was your baby. You
That
loved that thing. And it had blue interior, didn't it? It was
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The front part, they had cloth seats, but then the sides were leather.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Eco-friendly, baby. Eco-friendly.
No animals were harmed in the making of this vehicle.
Just people.
Just people.
That's all. Lots of people.
Lots of people. God knows where the leather came from.
Yep.
I love those years of Blazers are classics. They just look cool. They still look cool. They were like the ones. Now everybody drives these damn things, but
Oh yeah.
nobody was driving them back in the late 80s, early 90s. It was kind of a new thing.
Yeah, no,
Right.
see, you were ahead of the times.
Right.
You started the SUV craze.
The sex machine, the sexy Blazer.
Yep. Yep. Oh, everybody would come over whenever I drive up to come get the girls. It was like, oh, okay, let's go out and see the Blazer.
Christy's here. Mama Christy's here. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like,
It's like, where are we going? I don't know.
And there were a couple of times also when there were other, especially when you guys were in high school. Well, when Leslie was in high school, and I would go to pick her up, and there'd be a couple of guys that were like, "Oh, she's got a Blazer. She doesn't know. Look at all those kids in the car." Fucking, I blast every time. Don't even mess with me. Eat my dust. You little wimpy boys don't know nothing.
yeah, you wish you had this 89 Blazer.
Yes.
Yeah. Because my dad used to race cars.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He used to race cars. He'd build them up. He'd make the engines really big and beefy, and then he'd race. Back in the 50s,
Nice.
Well, what do you know? I had no idea.
he got trophies too.
Really?
Oh, so cool.
That's so. Your dad is wildly interesting.
Yeah. Oh, my dad.
Wildly interesting.
Oh, he's got some really good stories.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
sure he does.
Yeah. Awesome stories.
That's really, I didn't know that. I had no idea that there was. I know you like cars, obviously. Like, you sent me that Corvette thing. She's the one who sent me that.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. The Corvette, the C8. You know, pay
Oh.
$150. Hell yeah, all day long.
All day, right?
Right.
My money, please.
Please. One lap to get acquainted, the second lap to spin out, and the third lap to get it right. That's that's what it'll be. All confident out there, and the instructor's gonna be like, yeah, let's go a little slower. No, I paid $150 goddamn dollars for this.
Like,
I want action. Yeah, that's cool. I
blow
know you're
something
gonna
out,
that.
you know? I wanna
Right.
blow up an engine or something. Come on, let me
Right.
do it.
Let me test the. Let me really test this
Take
thing.
it to the limit.
Take it.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that 91 Blazer,
Oh,
no, 89.
89.
Sorry, same gen. No, it was 89 Blazer, blue interior, V6.
White.
Probably the white on the outside. Is that what it was?
Mhm.
White on the outside, blue. That Chevy blue. I know the exact color you're talking about. Like, cause in the 90s, 80s and 90s, cars matched. Like, there was interior choices like blue and burgundy,
Oh yeah.
and like
The funky colors.
yeah, and like the American cars really like to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you're
Let's make them all American.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. People need blue, apparently.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
So your car was so loved. How many times was it stolen?
Twice.
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 And recovered.
Twice.
Recovered twice.
Yes. Yes. Both times recovered. Okay, so the first time, I took Leslie to go see Twister,
Oh my God.
and we went to go see it to make sure that Michelle could go see it. My Michelle
Right.
Yes.
could go see it, because we were very into storm chasing at the time.
I
Right.
remember this phase. I remember this.
We all wanted to do this after Twister.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Tornadoes. Go see a hurricane. Let's
Yeah.
Why not? The
Let's
Blazer
drive
will
into
beat
the
it.
storm. The Blazer will beat it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we came out, and my car was not there. My beautiful Blazer. There was glass.
Oh.
Oh,
And I stood there and I put my hands on either side of my face and I screamed. And I was like, what? And back then, no cell phones.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you were
Ran for a
stranded.
payphone. Right.
Yeah. My husband at the time was at work, so I didn't know who to call or anything. So we had to walk it felt like 5 miles. I knew of a person that lived nearby that we could go and use their phone.
Right.
So yeah, so it was just terrible. But probably about, I would say, maybe a week or two later, it came back. The cops found it. They found it like down in LA.
Jesus.
Didn't even get very far.
Yeah, nothing. It looked like they got mad maybe a couple of times and used their knife to like cut parts of the dash and then the tailgate. There were like scratches, like somebody had taken a knife and just, I don't like this part.
Why did we take this one?
I have to take this one.
I told you to get a Ferrari, not a fucking Blazer.
Right? Where'd the BMW go?
Like, stab the dashboard.
Oh, and then they must have, it was probably because there was nothing but country music tapes in there,
Right.
because they took all those and left like Snoop Dogg, Run DMC, like all these rap tapes in my car. And I'm like, what? Did they not like my choice of music? Are they trying to educate me? Is what's going on?
I don't know what that looked like on the inside. It's like this lady's
Like this lady, she needs some culture in her life.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's too white. She's too white. We
We gotta spice her up a little bit.
Yep.
But you got the thing back. The cops called you and were like, "We found your car," and you were probably like screaming excited.
Oh, I was so excited, but they punched out the ignition. So for like, I I think for like a week or something, I had to use a
Screwdriver.
driver. Started.
Yes. This is fantastic.
I mean, why not? You had to use it, right? They're like, here, they don't give it back to you fixed.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It's like you just make it work.
Yeah, we had to make it work until we could go get it fixed.
My God.
Yeah.
So what happened the second time?
Oh my gosh. So where we lived, the funny thing was, where we lived, they had just put in security gates.
That's
They did not work.
Open invitation. Yeah.
They didn't work.
No.
Security gates, my ass.
Nothing.
It was the day before Mother's Day.
Oh, happy Mother's Day. Your blazer's gone.
Oh, no.
So when I wanted to be prepared and make sure I was ready for Mother's Day the next day, because we had not only my parents to go see, but my husband
Right.
and his parents.
Right.
So his mom. So I had all the gifts in the blazer.
Oh, no. All the
Mm.
gifts were gone, too.
Seriously? Oh.
Hey.
That's worse than the blazer man.
They took it, and in the morning, gone.
It's the worst feeling. Go outside, you're like, where's the car?
Where's the car?
Did you get any trade-off gifts when you received the car back this time?
No, I just got a lot of wood and bush parts.
What?
They must have run it into or they went off-roading in a field or something, because I had pieces of wood sticking out of the grill.
What?
And and there was leaves and stuff even on the inside.
Oh, they just total joyride.
Yeah, they joyrided. They took it up to the mountains and they went off road. Was it a 2-wheel drive or a 4-wheel drive?
It was 2-wheel. It was, yeah.
That was just, what the heck? They probably got stuck and said, screw it, we're out. Yeah.
Yeah, but they said they found it in a bunch of bushes or something.
What?
Yeah.
But they took your gifts.
Yeah, they took the gifts. They took the rap CDs or the rap tapes that I kept in there. They took those.
Hey, you know what? Now you paid it forward.
I did.
Now you're educating another group of people.
That's why they stole that damn thing. So they wanted the tapes, they saw gifts and went, shit, let's just take it out, joyride it for a night, and ditch it and take the shit.
Exactly.
And they got Mother's Day gifts that they probably gave to their mothers, you know?
I hope their mothers are happy.
Watch, they still keep it, whatever it was, is on a shelf somewhere.
Surprise
Like the best gift my son ever gave me.
that I stole from some lady's blazer that I ran off the road. That's reality.
Great, I'm the best gift giver. I pick out the best gifts.
I cannot believe that.
Oh my gosh, what ultimately ended up killing the blazer? What was it that made it finally go put?
I got into a really bad accident.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's the accident that ruined my life.
Yeah.
Caused me to end up having fibromyalgia and.
Oh God.
Yeah,
changed you for a very long time.
Yeah, for the rest of my life, But yeah, I had just dropping off Michelle at school, and I was taking Leslie and Alex both to school because they went to Don Lugo.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, really weird too. A Astro van stopped in front of me to turn, and I was going to go around. It was a side street. It wasn't a major street.
Right.
Residential, and I was going to go around her, and I didn't even get around her, and I got plowed into the back. and my car went into the curb, and I ended up getting out, and then I passed out. I fell over
Oh
the seat,
God.
started convulsing.
Oh my God.
But I guess what was it? A Suburban.
Oh.
He didn't see, wasn't looking, had to go search in her purse for her keys at the time. Didn't see that people were stopping, and there were no skid marks, and she plowed into all of us.
Knocked you into the person in front of you, and maybe the person.
No, there was a
Cars?
person. The person in back of me knocked into the back of me. I didn't knock into the person in front of me.
Whoa.
The Blazer stood strong. She
Yeah.
held strong.
You took the front. Yeah.
But the whole back windshield blew out.
Mm-hmm.
Cracked my transmission. Transmission fluid was going everywhere. Yeah, it was gone.
That was an end of an era when that car was gone.
I have pictures of us going to look at it, and me inside, and I'm crying. And how it looked, how my Blazer looked. Yeah,
So
it
cool.
was just.
Oh man.
What'd you replace that thing with? Wasn't there another Astro van or something, right? Or Aerostar?
97 Astro van.
So awesome. I love those things.
I beat a souped up VW Bug in that thing. Yes, I did. I beat the crap out of them.
Wasn't it your dream just to have like a big vehicle that you could just pack as many people as possible into it?
Yeah. And that's what Michelle was on the swim team, and also she would take a water polo.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would come in my van.
Right.
Come on, everybody in.
That's awesome. Those were cool. Those were actually, they were really different from they weren't really minivans. They were kind of like between a minivan and a full size van. They were kind of like, they held like 8 people easily. Big engine in them. The Astros were my favorite. I was obsessed with those things.
Yeah,
I wanted an Astro.
So cool. I love that thing. That thing had power.
Mm-hmm.
And you were sitting up high. You could see into people's vehicles and see what the heck they were doing, It was so.
You had a very commanding view of the road
Yeah, they were truck based.
Don't do that. I can see you.
Yeah. I'm looking down upon you like God in my Astro van.
I'm judging y'all.
I'm judging you. Chevy to Chevy. Did it also have a blue interior? It may have had a blue interior. 97.
No. Gray.
Gray.
It was silver, right?
Silver with gray interior.
Yeah. Those were the years. They don't make the Astro vans much longer after that. I don't know why. They were so much better than a minivan. They really were.
Yes. They were awesome. Awesome.
What happened to that thing? Just another accident, or was it an old age took the Astro van?
No, I ended up. It started. Well, the girls were out of school. I didn't really need a big vehicle.
No, you didn't need it anymore.
So I sold that, and then I don't even remember what year it was, but it was a Nissan Maxima wagon.
Oh my God!
Yes.
That may be the best one yet.
I got it for like $500. It had a sunroof.
Wait, I kind of remember this now. I do.
It was my uncle's. It was my uncle's.
Maxima wagon. Was it brown?
Yes.
I knew it. All the Maxima wagons were either brown or like white, and that awful turd brown color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 85 or 86 or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, rare car. Now that thing would be very rare.
Yeah, air conditioner didn't work.
Right. $500 piece of shit. Shitbox.
Oh yeah, the windows barely worked. In the summertime, that thing was terrible.
Oh, I can imagine. But did the car work most of the time for $500?
Yeah. No, I sold that thing. Yeah. And then that's when I got my Versa. So that was
Yeah.
that was
You actually, there was a semi. I remember that there was a Versa story. It was recently. Didn't some guy take it like he was trying to? You were trying to sell it, and he just took off with it or something. Didn't come back, and you had Leslie texted. He goes, "Hey, I think somebody stole my mom's car."
So I'm a very trusting person.
Yes.
That's good.
You know,
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good trait.
You know, especially when people come up to me and say, "Hey, it hadn't been running for a while. The Versa, I had it out there. I hadn't had the tags done on it, so it was just sitting there."
Yeah.
This happened twice. Things happen in twos, I guess, with me.
Hey,
Apparently.
double Chevys and double yeah.
So, yeah, this one guy comes up with I think it's his wife. I'm not sure. And they said that they wanted to buy it, and I was like, sure, if you can get it started, I'll sell it to you for.
Yeah.
I think I said 1,000, and the guy was like, cool, that's great. So they came, and he was looking at it, and then he was like, cool, this is great. I think I want to do it for. I think he wanted to do it for like his daughter or something like that. Something like that.
Classic.
So she goes, okay, his wife or girlfriend or whatever said, okay, can we talk and yeah, let's sign this and get everything ready. And she goes, I don't know why he's telling you that we can afford $1,000. I can't even, like, we need food for the kids, we need diapers, so I don't know why he's telling you 1,000. I went, I'm done, I'm out of here, you guys are scammers, you guys get out of my house. I said, I am not going to be doing this. You guys leave. And they took the keys. They took the keys with them, so I didn't have the keys to my car.
Oh, no. Oh, my
God.
God.
That's when we called the cops, because I said they could just come back and get the car whenever they want then.
Right. They
Oh,
accidentally had the keys. It's like, come on, you jackweed.
Well, I guess the cop got him and brought him back.
Yeah.
But they were like, we don't have the keys. That girl's crazy. She's crazy. She's like nuts or something, And so made it look like I was a fool, But
no, you have the keys. You were here and you tried scamming me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Cop couldn't do anything, and he says, well, if they come back and if anything happens, just call us.
Wow. And they didn't come back. So they still had the keys? You never found the keys?
Never found the keys.
What a bunch of freaking assholes, man.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They were mad at you. They were like, they didn't want to be scammed. What a classic scam. Oh, my kids need formula. We should have thought about that before you came look at a car, you fucking idiot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh. Do you, by any chance, remember how many miles were on the Blazer before it had met its match? That I remember. I think there was a lot on there, wasn't there?
I think there was almost 300,000.
Holy shit.
Well, yeah,
theory.
No, I mean.
Well, we went to Iowa a couple of times in it. So,
wow.
We did a lot of road trips.
Right.
A lot of camping.
Yeah, you guys did do a lot of camping. A lot.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
So you used the SUV what an SUV was supposed to be used for. Which is
exactly.
Ahead of your time.
Ahead of your time. A mid-size SUV. Yeah, or a smallish. Yeah.
The utility vehicle, what do you think you're supposed to do with it?
Right.
Exactly.
You're supposed to use it for shit. That's what you do with it.
I never could have imagined you in a very, like, mom-like vehicle. Like, that never would have happened. That never would have happened. Like, you were the cool mom in the Blazer when you come to pick us up in elementary school. I'm like, yeah, that's my ride.
Yeah. She got the Blazer. She got Blazer power.
Off the back for you, you can get in.
Exactly. Hey, I'm just going to put my helmet on now.
Like, give me some bungee cables.
Your elbow pad. Wrap you up in bubble
Hold on a second.
We were 90s kids. Things were different. It wasn't all about safety. They didn't even have airbags in the back at the time.
Well, yeah, 90s kids were a lot like the 60s and 70s kids where, if you wore seatbelts, okay, if you want to, you know, we lived without them, so
Yeah.
You guys lived. We lived.
yeah.
They're too soft now.
Yeah, right? Screw safety. We should be flexible and bouncy. We should move around the car with ease when we
Just
get
dust
hit.
yourself off.
Yeah.
Around, you know, it'll wear off.
It'll wear off. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember even as a kid, I had a friend who had a Volvo station wagon, right? Like those cool old Volvos had jump seats in the back.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was like that was like the big deal because it was like you could sit in the back and like you could face, which is utter fucking terrifying. You're sitting there like, please stop, please stop, please stop.
She's not gonna stop.
She's not gonna stop. Think about that Suburban plowing into that car behind you. If you were in that Volvo, you would have seen that dumbass.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Your head
Man.
would have been probably out the front windshield.
Almighty. It just got the image in my
Heads are
head. It's
gonna
just
roll.
stolen twice, recovered twice,
Yeah.
300,000 miles. Finally, an accident did it in. That's the life. That's a good life for a car. That thing
I
really.
think so. It lasted a long time. Not as long as I would have liked it, but you know,
but
it
still,
was
consider.
good. It was better. You know, the first one from that, I was driving a '65 Falcon
Ooh,
Futura,
nice.
and I got into an accident with that, and then that's when we got the Blazer.
Well, that's a big change.
Falcon,
Falcon
Blazer.
Futura to a
Yeah.
Blazer. Yeah, you're like, maybe a modern car would be good now.
I was like, oh, I'm a big girl now.
It's so cool, like getting like a new car like that. You know, it's like that was like fresh off the floor and just it was yours. Nobody else had it.
Oh, it was, yeah, and it was so wonderful because my husband at the time said, you know what, I'll take the girls because Michelle was still a baby, and you drive that all by yourself all the way home. And I was
Aw.
like, yeah,
Yes, my time.
my time.
You drive cautiously.
Right?
I'm gonna blare this radio. I'm gonna put on my heavy metal music, and I'm gonna blare. I'm gonna drive home at 85 miles an hour.
That is a moment of time you will always remember.
Always. I remember being alone in that car, and it was the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cars though, man. That's like that's the freedom of it. It's yours. It's
Yeah.
like when you're on, you're listening to your own music. Your temperature of your car is where you want it. You're doing your own thing. It's it's amazing, especially when it's new. It's like
Yeah.
I love it, man. That's great. I wish if you have pictures of that thing, send them our way. If you can find them, would love to see it. Yeah.
I do. I have them. I'll send you pictures of it.
You do? Oh, that's
Lots
awesome.
of pictures of my baby.
Yes.
Oh.
You'd be surprised. So many people. Like I don't have pictures of my first car. Like I don't have. So many people don't have them. Yay! You have them.
You were in kid mode. That's why you had a camera around. Yeah.
Every one of my cars. I have pictures of every one of my cars.
Oh, fun.
And on a side note, my a cousin of mine, I was really close with him. He died in a car accident, and I saved his pictures from his accident of his car.
Crazy.
Oh
It was
my
a 280ZX.
Oh. Yeah. So it's late 70s, like late 70s, early 80s. Yeah. Just a ball. Oh my God.
Wow.
And that is the difference between old cars and new. Like, have you ever seen the video of the Bel Air
A Bel Air and
and
like a
Corolla or something?
something like that.
Oh,
Malibu. And it just this car is
Obliterate.
cuts it in half.
Yeah.
Cuts the Bel Air in half because things have changed. Things have
Yeah.
changed. It's like that's scary shit. That's the thing about old cars that always scares me. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Your little Versa is safer than that big, Falcon ever was or anything else. It's
Yes.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. They've made them safer, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
At least something's better in this country.
You get a sky high five for that one. Bing. Santa takes care of people. My
Right.
word.
Yeah.
My word. Well, want to thank you so much. This was really fun.
Thank you. It was a trip down memory lane, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
Many
appreciate
memories.
your support
love
and
that
just
car.
telling us this. And I didn't know your dad raced cars. That's something I did not know.
Yeah,
I knew
that's
about
totally
the car.
new. I had no
Well,
idea.
you knew that he worked for Boyd Coddington, right?
No.
No.
Oh,
Seriously?
my dad. That was his best friend.
What? The hot rod guy? Like the hot rod
That
guy?
was my dad's best friend was Boyd Coddington. Yes.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
Leslie ended up sitting in his lap because she thought it was Santa Claus.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Your dad's
He
best
was-
friend,
yeah.
Boyd Coddington, who's like the SoCal speed
Oh,
shop.
yeah.
Yeah. He's legendary. It's like the guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Loved him to death. He was like my other dad.
That's so cool. Well, you really were around cars a lot when you were a kid. Then I did not. I had no idea.
Oh, my grandfather. I mean, all mechanics. Everybody in my family is like a mechanic.
Really?
Oh
shit.
yeah. My great grandfather, my grandfather, my dad. Yeah, on that side of the family, on my dad's side of the family.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What do you know?
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that, and I've known you since childhood, and I never knew anything.
Well, she probably never thought to tell you. She probably it's like
Nor would I ever think to ask.
Yeah.
So.
or like you probably didn't even know she was
Oh,
interested.
you were really into cars, Michelle. I had no idea, but I love it.
That's so
Of course.
fun.
She told me that. She said she kept it a secret, right? But like, why'd she keep it a secret from everybody? It's like that's.
No, it's just
I don't think it's really a secret. I think
Yeah.
it was just other shit happens.
exactly, and it was just like I didn't really think anybody else had that common interest, so that was just kind of my little bubble of things I liked.
Yeah.
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 And like your best friend's mom's dad is Boyd Coddington's best friend.
Who knew?
That is
Yeah.
insane.
Look
We need
up-
to go to like some events. We need to go to like when things calm down a little bit. Go to some car shows or go to like the race in Long
Yes.
Beach.
We love that.
I've never been to a race.
Oh,
I haven't. I mean, we
Never
well,
been.
we kind of did, but not really.
no, it's not the same thing. You need like when the Long Beach Grand Prix is up and going again, we'll all go this next year.
That
Yeah,
would be so much fun.
That would
watch
be
some actual race cars. You can
cool.
feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feel them, hear them. I mean, because you can feel it from your toes all
Yeah.
the way up, man.
There's a bridge. It's a very famous bridge. Like there's a straightaway at Long Beach, and there's a bridge that goes over it.
Yeah.
And at the middle of the bridge is Central straightaway. They're going like 190, 200.
Yes.
So when they go by, it's like a concussion. It's like it like sucks the air out. Boom. You get your camera down there and just boom, 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 boom. They shoot by.
Oh my gosh,
really
that's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps. That's the
So
most
cool.
exciting thing ever. You know what? I've always said, when I die, please just put me in a box in somebody's garage so I can just smell it. I just want to be in a garage and just smell everything in the garage.
The oil, the fluid. I love that smell.
Solvent, you name it, just everything.
Instant comfort because your dad was a freaking mechanic and hung out with Boyd. I can't imagine why you might find that stuff comforting.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you.
so much. We
Thank you
appreciate
guys. It was an
so much.
honor. It was an honor.
Aw, you're
Honor.
the best. I
Thank
just adore you, and this
Oh,
was so
I
much
love
fun.
you guys. You guys are my heart. You're my heart.
Oh,
We appreciate you so
you're
much.
gonna make me emotional.
Oh no.
You do this to me, Christy. You do this. Oh, once this is all cleared up, I'm gonna need a big Christy hug. Nobody gives
Yep.
a hug quite like
Yep.
I agree with
so.
that.
I miss you guys. I miss you guys to death.
Miss you too. Miss
I miss you too.
We'll see each other soon.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I still cannot believe that her father's best friend was Boyd Coddington.
I've known her for forever, and I never knew that.
Yeah, I've never heard that once in all the time that I've known you. known Christy. I've never known that she was so into cars and that her dad was so into cars. And this Coddington thing is just nuts.
I know, it's crazy.
He's one of those guys that seems to be extremely interesting and have a ton of amazing stories. And who knew there was this whole side of Christy that was this massive car lover? It's so cool.
I know. Well, I guess we're both figuring this out because she didn't really know my love of cars either.
No,
so.
she didn't. And you didn't really know hers, and she kind of kept this under wraps apparently until she decided that she wanted to let it all go for our car show.
She's fun. I love her. She's the best.
Yeah, she really is. So we were, as we were talking with Christy, and as I thought about this episode a little bit more, I wanted to share with all of you a little bit more about my favorite car that is no longer with me, which has a little bit of lore among the two of us, because I never stopped talking about this thing, I feel like.
It's like legendary within the house.
Yeah, it is, and it's no longer with me. It hasn't been for a long time. But I figured I'd kind of, share the origin story of this thing, if you will. How I got it, where it came from, and
why you sold it.
Why I sold it. Spoiler alert, I sold it. I did the worst car thing ever. I sold the car that I loved.
Oh, I'll never understand that. I think you've regretted it every day since.
I really did. I did. I shed a tear when that thing drove away, and that was a legit tear of sadness because I had such good times in that thing. So, damn, I miss it so much. But yeah, so the vehicle in question comes in right after the lauded V6 Camaro from previous stories.
You had a lot to make up for after that car.
Oh my God, I really did. I had no car cred driving that thing, and it started to have problems. That's sort of where it all started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, shocker.
That car had problems?
Yeah, the F-body Camaro.
Never would have guessed.
Piece of junk. Like, I mean, sorry if you love Camaros. I know there's lots of people on here that do, and I'm not saying I don't like Camaros. I'm just saying that my Camaro was a piece of shit.
Some Camaros have redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
That one had none.
No, it wasn't even fast. It was slow, and it was a piece of shit.
It was a 4-speed.
4-speed that I shifted like it was a manual.
Ooh.
That's L23D for you. Pop it up through them gears.
Wow.
And it would upshift automatically because it was just like, no, don't rev me. But yeah, so after the brakes failed on the Camaro, yeah, that was like, it may have had something to do with me driving like a maniac, but this is a sports car. It couldn't even do sports car shit. So
it's just a bombing eggplant down the street. That's all that it was.
it was a live axle, yeah, because that was let's just take 1960s tech and let's just keep it in the car. That's the General Motors way. Again, sorry for offending you, all GM people, but y'all can't deny that didn't happen. It happened.
It's fact, guys.
It's fact. They did that. So the Camaro needed to die. I sold it, and in the process of it went really quick. It was like 2 days. So I had a few days to look, and I knew I wanted to stick. And at this point, the car belonged to me, in quotes, and I had the choice of getting the car that I wanted to get. And I sold it, and that same day, I had came across this car, which was, now that I know, crazy rare. I mean, stupid fucking rare.
I don't think you've ever seen another one in the wild since.
Never. So I settled on a sleeper, actually. I found this car. It was a year 2000 Mazda 626, okay? And yes, that is the family sedan, midsize sedan, 626 Camry competitor thing, but it was special because it was a 6-cylinder. Ooh. And it was a stick shift.
Ooh, even more rare and elusive.
Yes.
It's the Bigfoot of cars.
It squatched. This thing was definitely squatch worthy. It was I remember seeing the ad and just being like, "Are you serious? Like a 6-cylinder with a 5-speed?" And I like, they made those. And Mazda being Mazda, yeah, they made a stick shift like family sedan. So we went down. The guy brought it to us. I remember, like, he met us. They wanted to get rid of it like pretty badly. So they brought it to us. We went and saw it in the front, and I remember, look, it's so plain. It was silver. So It was even more, plain. It had a gray leather interior, which it was like that. It was a model. It wasn't the E. It was an ES. So ES was like their top of the line thing. So, it had a sunroof in it. Fuck yeah, dude! It was dialed. It had.
You moved away from GM plastic and now
right
now
to
got,
Ford Mazda plastic.
hell
Yeah.
yeah.
It had a Bose sound system in it.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, with 4 speakers.
4 speakers.
Which is like, I remember looking around going, are there fucking more speakers in this?
Yeah, there's 4 speakers, but they're booming.
They were booming. It was, it had a CD changer in the dash.
Oh, hey, that's really fancy.
Dude, this car was loaded. It was like the top of the line.
Didn't
it had
have that weird little like air conditioner.
Don't get me started.
It oscillated, right?
That's right. In the center of the dash, the 2 middle vents right above the stereo, there was a button that said swing. Okay? And that's not car sex, okay? That's not like let's go pass around our cars to partners. That was those vents swung automatically.
That's a genius. I don't know why that has not like
Trickled
caught
down.
on like it should have.
It should have. It was great and it worked. It always worked. And it just I hate air conditioning blowing in my face. So
yeah, no, let it move around. Cool the whole car off.
Cool the whole car off, So yeah, I got this thing, showed up. It had like alloy wheels. It was the sport package, which was their ES, so it had like rocker panels on it. It had fog lights.
Oh, hey, hey, for 2000s, this is some pretty fancy shit.
Yeah, it even had a dual exhaust. Well, had a single exhaust, but it had like 2 pipes, 2 little.
Oh, so one was fake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it looked cooler.
It did. Like it looked. It looked cooler. It just had like this tiny little exhaust on it. But yeah, we drove it. I remember I got in it. I hopped in it. I got on the freeway with it, and I thought, well, shit. I haven't driven a stick in a little bit. Remember, the Camaro was an auto, so it was tough to drive. Actually, it was Mazda light. It
had the Mazda clutch.
It had the Mazda clutch. It was like
incredibly light clutch that you can't tell when it catches.
Exactly. It wasn't until I got the clutch replaced many years later that I had something a little bit more easy to modulate. But yeah, hop on the freeway. And I remember I looked down at the, it's very simple gauges on this thing. It had red line, speedometer, gas, gauge and all that stuff. But the red line on that thing was 7,000 RPM.
Really?
Yes. And I don't know who in the hell would be familiar with this because the car's so obscure, but it was a V6, but it was a tiny little V6. It was a 2.5 liter.
Oh, that's
So-
it. Just a 2.5 liter.
Just a 2.5 liter, about 170 horsepower, 175, I think, in that version.
That's good though for the
Yeah.
the time.
For the time, and the car was light. It was very light.
Yeah, because there wasn't any safety things on those cars.
It had airbags, God damn it.
Hey.
It had airbags and ABS brakes. But yeah, I remember like looking down, being like, God damn, it's got a 7, and thinking, is that really? So we popped on the freeway, and it was an on-ramp, and traffic was moving at freeway speeds, and I just punched it in first gear, and it just, it sounded legitimately good. Like, I've listened back to old YouTube videos now, people who've owned these cars, and it sounded really good. It was...
Mazda has a good stock sound,
Mhm.
depending on the car.
Depending on the car, yeah. And this was I think it was a derivative of the Duratec V6 that was in Contours, and actually was sort of like the massaged version of the Contour SVT. That's some geek shit right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is some geek shit.
Total geek shit. Same motor, just a little bit massaged, high revving, smooth as silk, man.
So it was a Ford engine.
It was a Ford engine, Ford Mazda sort of combined
Yeah,
effort.
they were like sister companies for a while,
At that,
right?
yeah, Ford owned Mazda for like, Jesus, man, almost 20 years. So, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that, but off the top of my head, it was like mid 90s to like.
No, you must know all the knowledge.
All the knowledge.
All of the car knowledge. You must know it all.
I have no credibility. You motherfuckers who are in the car land know that if you don't know something, somebody will call you on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So if I'm wrong, fuck you. But that's the way. Mid 2000s ish is when it was over. But yeah, they were a partnership for a long time. But that thing just screamed, and it was fast. Like, My father was like, Jesus
What
Christ.
was the 0 to 60? Do you know what it was?
I do, because I later in time, Buddy and I got a timer, and we did a couple of videos of it, and it was like a 6.9, 6.8.
Hey, for a mid-size
Yeah.
family
It
sedan.
was respectable, and it felt faster than that because it was loud.
Did you ever do any modifications to it, or did you leave it stock?
Tires, very aggressive tires, very aggressive brake pads, and intake. I had an intake on it too. So, very hard to find those parts for that car. Like,
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You can barely find the car as it is.
no, it was super rare. The rest of it was sporty without being super punishing. The transmission, frankly, I got to be honest with you, the shifter sucked. It was challenging.
Was that a Ford transmission?
It was it was a combined effort, but the stick was such an it wasn't great. It was a 5-speed. It was just really not it wasn't
wasn't
like the
smooth.
smoothest. No.
Was it one of those you can just get kind of lost in the...
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was
Well,
very
my 3 was like that too, though. Sometimes you would kind of get lost and...
it was very similar.
Yeah.
It could have been the same transmission.
Maybe.
It felt almost exactly the same. It was just hard to find first sometimes, rushing it. It didn't like to be rushed. You had to be very deliberate with it.
Yeah, you didn't always like to be like rushed into second gear or just be like, no, we're
Nope.
not doing it today.
You're not pushing
No!"
fast enough. Yeah. It was just, and it was like, it would grind,
Yeah.
synchros would get fucked up. It was, but over time it got a little bit better. I just got used to it.
Yeah.
But,
that's what you have to learn in those cars. You just get used to it.
You just get used to it, and exactly. And so we took it for a test drive. It drove awesome. It handled great, and it screamed like it was just it shouldn't have sounded that good, and it shouldn't have revved that freely. It revved like an old Honda motor. It just light flywheel, just ripped right through the gears, and I thought, I'm done. We negotiated for a minute, and the guy was just like, whatever, just we're done. So we paid the thing. We took the money from the Camaro that I basically sold it for and just kind of applied it to the...
Was this from a dealer or a private owner?
No, private owner, yeah. Just some guy who, I don't know why he bought it or why he was getting rid of it, but he was. So, come to think of it, why was he getting rid of it?
I think you probably found out later on.
Maybe. No, that car was it did have a couple weird things, but for as much as I beat up on it, it was pretty good. But yeah, I fucking love that thing. I had that thing. We took it. It went to the Bay Area with me. It was my car that I had in college, for most of it. And I had it. It went back and forth to Vegas a bunch of times. We did stupid shit in it. We did the parking lot tray thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you put one tire on the tray.
Two tires on the trays, and you e-brake it.
Yeah.
And whoosh, right in the line. I got it to, I was the fastest I've ever driven on a public road, which I'm not even really sure if I should say how fast
No,
I
you
was.
probably shouldn't because you're not supposed to do that. Shame on you.
Very fast.
We've never done anything like that.
Nobody's-
No,
Mm,
never.
between the two of
I
us.
never tried to see how fast my poor little Corolla could go.
I watched you.
Yeah. The
I-
pebble beige
beige.
metallic screaming down the freeway.
Pebble beige streak.
It's not like a whoosh. It's more like a
More like a or what?
exactly.
What? Slow down. Yeah. Yeah, so we I don't know, man. I had that car for a long time. It was
How long did you have it for?
got it in like 02, sold it in like 12. No, shit, it was
I
not
was gonna
12.
say no because I
Jesus.
met you in 2009.
Oh my god, my brain is just so
Fried. Yeah.
Maybe like 7.
This is what happens when you get older, ladies and gentlemen. You just forget random facts.
Yeah. You completely
when
look
did
at
you-
decades.
So how long did you have that car?
You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where was this secret car hiding when you were dating me there, mister? No. It was it must have been like 2007.
And why did you get rid of it?
Hmm.
What was your bullshit reasoning you got rid of your beloved baby?
Because it was getting old and it was things were starting to fail. I had the weirdest one was there's two things that happened pretty quick succession that the coolant tank, of all things, it cracked. It had a flaw in it where the plastic cracked. So fucking car overheated. Was like, I saw it go up, and luckily I shut it off before it got worse. But it overheated, and had to replace that, which was a relatively cheap fix. I remember in college being broke and being like, how am I going to pay for this? And I found some guy, some shop in, it was in Burlingame up in the Bay Area, that he owned this place for like 60 years. And he was just like, $100, I'll fix it all. I'm like, he's like, you got cash? I'm like, that's cheaper if we pay cash. I'm like, the fuck is this, 1920? Sure, I got cash. Yeah, done. Yeah. He took care of it, and then that was expensive for me at the time. And the second issue was way worse. I was going to class at a community college because I was doing double community college and university, trying to get through it quicker. Yeah. And I was driving into the parking lot, and all of a sudden I just heard kapow. It was like, and I heard this like, and all of a sudden my car sounded like a fucking lawnmower. So it's like, chuck. I'm like, oh boy.
That's never good.
No, it was like bam, explosion, pop. And I was like, fuck, pulled off, no power, open the hood up. And on top of the intake manifold is sitting a spark plug.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I had my car, I had it tuned up, and apparently the dipshit dealer didn't torque down the spark plug further enough.
Oh, well, that's not the car's fault. That's just the dipshit mechanic's fault.
Dipshit mechanic that I couldn't prove. So it threw the spark plug out because there's under pressure. It threw it out so hard, it made a reverse dent.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Like a little dented on the other side. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? I tried, I looked at it, and the threads were ripped.
Ooh.
Like it was like unthreaded. So I'm like, fuck. Had the car towed, same guy that charged me $100, and he looks at it and he goes, this is a tough one, because if I can't rethread this, then you're going to have to replace this entire block.
Oh God.
And at that point it would have been like, fuck it, dude. I can't even, but he did. He managed to rethread it. He managed it. You know what? Like if the Danny today, if that were to have happened to the Danny of today, you would have instantly marched back into that mechanic shop and you would have demanded that to be fixed. Oh, I would have gone back to been like, I would have sent emails to everybody, fucking dealership, sales managers, general managers, owner, been like, this fucking bullet. No, he's, it's an absolute.
That's fact.
That's fact. But 20-something-year-old me did not know to do that. So, yeah, I ate it, and it was like a $300 repair. And there was the clutch was starting to go again because of my aggressive driving style. It needed CV joints because they were creaking and popping. It needed things, and I was broke. And I, for some reason, thought buying a new car, making a payment on problems. Don't ask. It is one of my all-time stupid fuck moments that will just always live in infamy for me personally. And I did it, and I sold it, and the guy that bought it was very happy. Yes.
Very happy to have bought that car.
Because he was looking for one because he had wrecked his, and he wanted another 626 that had a 5-speed. Drove all the way from it was in San Francisco that I sold it. He drove all the way from Santa Barbara, I think.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was, oh man, sad times. But it was a great car. It was just it was a perfect sleeper. It was quick. I did many a street race in that thing. I beat Eclipses. I beat Mustangs sometimes, V6 Mustangs when people thought,
Yeah.
Many a Civic, many a Accord.
I feel like that's like your goal in life is to acquire one again.
I will. So all you bastards listening, if you see one, if it's around, if you find a 99, 2000, or 2001, those are the years, 6-cylinder with the 5-speed, I want to know about it. I want to know. I will travel. I will fix it up. I'll restore it to the original condition if I need to. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
That's your white whale.
My white whale. It's my fucking Moby Dick. It's all it's like, I think I read at one point, or actually it was a person that worked for Mazda that did some research for me. They contacted their corporate headquarters. They made like $3,000 total.
Oh my gosh.
Total. So it probably would have appreciated now.
Yeah. You never should have sold that.
No, it was stupid. I never should have. So just took the money from and just borrowed it, spit shined it, whatever, dude. Just figured out a way to fix those things and get that motor, keep it running in top condition. I mean, I just, so stupid. But yeah, everybody loved that car. All my friends loved it. My family didn't like it. They said it was old and shitty. It was a stick, and they didn't like the stick. But my friends loved it. I have people just asked to drive it, borrow it, because it was just stupid. I mean, the thing revved like a motherfucker.
I
and
would have loved to have driven this car.
yeah, you would have loved that car.
I know I would have loved that car. That's why I always is like, why did you sell it?
I know. And it's just, it's just a small displacement V6 with that 6-speed. And it didn't even redline at 7. It redlined on the dial at 7. It went to like 77 before the fuel cut happened.
Ooh.
And it didn't stop pulling. And it loved to be 4,000 to 7,000 RPM. That was its sweet zone.
Mazda just knows how to do that, right?
They do. And I still venture to say they still do. And if anybody here that's working for Mazda is listening, thank you. It was you formed my automotive identity after getting rid of that fucking Parmesan. I'm thinking of eggplant Parmesan.
Parmesan.
I went right from eggplant.
Oh, the Camaro, the color is eggplant. You went to Parmesan. You must be hungry. This is our lives, ladies and gentlemen. Everything goes back to food. We all know what he's hungry for now.
I don't know if I can
Eggplant
recover
Parmesan.
from that one. Yes, this Parmesan. Yeah, so
The eggplant colored Camaro.
the eggplant colored Camaro morphed into the silver Bullet.
Which was a much better
Yes.
decision
Much better decision.
than the 4-speed.
Yeah,
Camaro.
Camaro V6 disaster. And you know what? The car actually was really stupid reliable. Never had any problems besides the things that the dealer did or that cracked then, but man, it was tops. I loved it so much. So don't sell your cars you love, people.
Keep them.
Keep them. Keep them. Store them.
Make it a project.
Make it a
Work on it
project.
slowly. You don't have to pay for everything right now, but if you love that car, don't get rid of it because you'll end up like Danny, regretting it one day.
Yeah. Don't think about my story. I mean, just think about it when you see it and you're like, fucking pile of shit. It's always costing. No, just keep it.
You'll regret it.
You will regret it. So with that little boost of an advice this week, don't get rid of your old cars, people. Don't be like me in the 626. We want to thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure retelling this story, although it makes me so sad. And remember, if you see one of those things, I want to know about it.
Tag us.
Tag us.
Tag us on Instagram.
Yeah. Whatever you listen on, whether it's YouTube, Apple, Spotify, whatever, like us, rate us, follow us,
Subscribe.
You get
All
to hear
those
our
things.
voices every week if you subscribe. We just get delivered magically to your device. Yeah. It's what keeps us going. It's what helps support us.
We appreciate every single listen. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you guys. And let's always remember that road rage never leads to anything good. So be kind to one another.
Yes. Be nice. Take care of each other. We thank you again.
And we'll catch you next week.
See ya.
Bye.